How's this collection of coaches and talent coming together?
Man, it's going great. It's going awesome. Off to a fast start. It's been good to, have some familiarity with Ryan Nielsen and Chris Richard and obviously, the guys who weren't with us in New Orleans that are now here, Matt, JG, and obviously Shu being here already, and everybody else, man. It's been awesome, man. Just, again, a lot of like minds, a lot of synergy, guys who already kind of see things in a similar way from just a how the game's supposed to be played standpoint. So it makes it easy in the meetings. A lot of agreement, head nods, head shaking. And that's so it's been good, man. It's been good just to get to know everyone as well, just get to know their families, and obviously the players. It's been great.
You guys obviously have a vision for this thing.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure it out on the outside, and hopefully other teams are too.
That's right.
I mean, how do you characterize what you're trying to accomplish with this group of talent?
Right. So attack and aggressive, right? That's start with Ryan. That's really our mindset. And so it's attacking every day, right, with an aggressive mindset. And understanding that obviously the game is played that way. Defensive football, the only advantage we have in defensive football is fear. It's putting fear in the opponent. And so we try to instill that into our guys just on a daily basis about everything that we're doing, how we attack the workouts, how we obviously attack, practice, and even our meetings where it's very, intentional about, just again, getting everything out of those moments, maximizing those moments, and then obviously everything that we do is just doing it with maximum effort and with aggression. And that's really the identity. Schematically, you go a billion ways with it. But I think it starts with that mentality and that commitment to playing the game that way. That play style makes the magic all happen with, the calls and the scheme that we play.
There's been a lot of talk about how you guys want to play at the corner position,
Yeah.
if that is different. I mean, I know it probably mirrors and matches your mentality and everything you're preaching.
Absolutely.
But is it different a little than various other ways it's played at this level?
I don't think so. I think, we pride ourselves, again, on winning the pre-snap and what we show at the pre-snap. And so, aligning certain ways and being able to get those guys up at the line of scrimmage and then being able to play all sorts of different coverages behind it, it's kind of a little bit of what we pride ourselves on being. Obviously, if you look at the guys in that room, right, that we got guys that can run. And it starts with guys being able to run. When you're playing, press coverage and a lot of man coverage and match and things like that, you want guys that can just literally chase guys around from the line of scrimmage all throughout the course of the field. And so that's one of the things that is a trait that's essential, right, to the guys that play corner in this system. And we have that. So it allows for us to, again, be a press team, be matchy, but yet still be able to show that look and still play, some of our other coverages behind it.
You guys have a bunch of versatility. I mean, Darnell, he can play safety.
Yeah.
Antonio can play nickel.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like they might play those two other positions, safety and nickel.
That's right.
But Jerry, outside, inside.
Absolutely.
How do you figure that out
Yeah.
when you have that much versatility?
It's beautiful. It's coaching everybody, right, on the fundamentals, again, the way we play, how we play, and everybody's kind of on a clean slate, and that's part of developing. So you're developing these guys to be their best versions of themselves, and ultimately, if they've shown that they deserve to play, then they'll play. So it's a good problem to have. When you have multiple guys that play multiple positions in a game like this, where you got injuries, you have different things that can always change kind of the roster and change the depth charts and stuff like that. We don't have a depth chart, but like changing who's available, it's great when you have multiple guys that can play multiple positions. And so when you go to a game with the active amount of players, you actually increase your depth. It's like having 1.5 player at each spot. So someone goes down, well, we just move a chess piece here, and you kind of don't miss a step.
Overall, I would just say, the way he prepares, right? So we're going to be a prepared defense. Ryan, he leaves no stone unturned, right? Just countless hours of tape, film study, understanding the systems, offensive systems in the league, and how the front and the coverage all work together. He sees it from a very holistic standpoint. So even though he's a D-line guy, had a lot of success there, I think the way that he sees defense is not just from the front. He sees it from back to front. And that's odd for a defensive line guy, but it's because, again, he spent his time learning defensive football and being able to teach defensive football. we're going to be aggressive. Again, we're going to fly around, play hard. All right, you're going to see all of those same qualities. That's what you see in every group across his coaching career, from when he coached me at Central Connecticut to JG at Ole Miss, all the way to New Orleans to Atlanta to here. When you turn on the tape, a Ryan Nielsen-led group or defense is going to play harder for longer than the opponent. And so schematically, you can go, again, a multitude of ways with that, but the style of play is always going to be the identity of a Ryan Nielsen defense.
What stood out to you during the process of Jerry? What have been your impressions since you've gotten him?
Yeah, absolutely. Man, just smart, cerebral, highly instinctive, a strong football guy, understands the game, and that's carried on from the draft process to, again, us having him here. And then, on the field, man, he's a tremendous talent. Like, he's got the intangibles, all right, to play the defensive back position. And, again, excited about the player. Everything we saw on tape, everything we thought we were going to get, we've gotten that, and I believe more.
I guess same question about the upgrade.
Yeah.
Really during the process, was it a guy you were like, okay, this is something we want to do?
Yeah, speed on demand, right? So, you got a guy that can run. Obviously, both these guys can run, but this guy can run, flat out run. He's got ball skills, and those are qualities and traits, man, that lead to being a productive corner. And so, again, excited about him. He's a humble cat, man of little words, but he's locked in. He's paying attention. He understands what's going on. He's been coached up well, and that's what stood out to us about him. No, appreciate you guys.
A couple of
Yes, sir.
corners that are kind of fighting for jobs, Christian Braswell,
Yeah.
Greg Jr. What have you seen from those guys?
Yeah, man, everybody's been competing, honestly. Really, really excited about the entire group. Not down on anybody, all right? And those guys in particular, Braswell, there's history with the player. I actually recruited him in college, all right? So I signed him to Temple. He was part of one of the recruiting classes that when I was at Temple, and coached him as a freshman. So, number one, I'm proud of him. Excited to see his development and him, reach his potential throughout college and obviously land an opportunity to get drafted into the NFL. But again, he's working hard, ton of versatility. It matters to him. He's a guy who's always has questions, whether it's, I'll get a text message from him on a Saturday afternoon at 12, 1 o'clock, and it's a bunch of clips of him sitting there watching tape and asking me questions about particular plays and things like that. When he could be doing anything, right, on a Saturday in the off season, he's still locked in and engaged. The same thing with Gregory, man. Just, again, these are just humble, like, great young men that have bright futures, tremendous upside, and are working their tails off, man, and getting better every day.
What's your early thoughts on Tyson Campbell? I know he's been here a little
Yeah.
bit, but since you've gotten here, what's your interaction with him been like?
Man, it's been awesome. You love a player like that, right? He's a pros pro. He's locked in. He's focused. Has tremendous talent. Again, his floor is really, really high. So I think the upside and the ceiling could be pretty special for that player. And he's been everything that we could ask for up to this point.
How have you seen him respond just from what was a bit of a down year last year with his injury and maybe a little less production than he had wanted?
Yeah, to be honest, I really, for us, everybody got a clean slate. So I can only judge him off of kind of what I see day in and day out of him and what we see day in and day out. And so far what we've seen, all right, he's come with a winning attitude, and it's been winning approaches to everything we've asked him to do. And so just continue to push him in that direction to be consistent. And I think when you can own the process, then the results, right? The results will come and they'll speak for themselves.
What's the dynamic like in that cornerback room? Ronald Darby's kind of like he's the OG, and
Yeah.
He's the only one. The rest of them are kind of young guys trying to find their way, right?
Yeah. No, it's pretty cool, man, because he's a lead by example guy. He'll take guys on his wing, kind of talk to them. Again, not a big talker or not a loud guy in any way, but his actions and how he leads and how he operates is definitely a benefit to have a veteran. And but if you watch him move, he moves just like some of these young guys running around. So it's no old guy jokes going on, man. That guy can still fly and can still move just as well as all the best of them.
Can Jarian play inside and outside?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a ton of versatility with the player. Ton of versatility. How you doing? Yeah. Absolutely. It's the right kind of people. And so it starts with, if their hearts are prepared to receive and are willing to receive, then, it's easy. And they're those kind of players that they want to learn, they're hungry, they're open-minded, and good thing is, again, we share history with enough guys in the room as well that, there's kind of some already built-in buy-in amongst enough guys in the room that, it kind of like, it catches on with everyone else as well.